welcome to my 30-week pregnancy update. I cannot believe that I have hit the 30 figure. Oh my god, everything just feels so real, and it's been a really weird week this week. So as always, I've made loads of notes on my phone that I'm going to talk you through what I've been through the past week, any symptoms and things like that. So if you enjoy pregnancy updates, or you yourself are pregnant at the moment, then congratulations, and I hope you enjoy my kind of take on pregnancy. Every pregnancy is so different, so I hope that something that I mention helps you in any way, or if you're just a little bit nosy, that's absolutely fine, because I know I have been for a lot of people. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. As I started off this video, it's definitely fair to say that the end is in sight, and honestly, it feels really weird to hit this point because you can't not think about the birth or going into labour and all of that. It seems so distant, especially when you find out you're pregnant. You don't even contemplate the birth or the end or anything like that because it's all so new, and you almost count up because you hit, hitting 12 weeks is so monumental, and then you get to 20 weeks and it's all of this kind of counting up. But you get to 30 weeks and you begin to count down, and it's very weird. And obviously, I'll be starting maternity leave. I'm working up until I'm 38 weeks and 1 day, because I don't want to go right up until my due date, but I didn't want to spend too much maternity leave beforehand, so that's the plan anyway. But yeah, really weird. End is in sight. It feels very bizarre to start thinking of things like that. So fun fact about the baby this week is that they start putting on half a pound a week, which is a lot of weight considering, weeks ago they were only putting on kind of certain grams and stuff like that, and now it's like half a pound because obviously they're stacking on the fat ready to be born. And if you do go into preterm labour, then the bigger that they are, the more chance of surviving or even just having the best kickstart in life, really. So the fact that they're putting on that much weight a week is crazy, but I can definitely tell that I am carrying a much bigger baby than I was just a couple of weeks ago, because I've honestly reached bowling ball status. My stomach looks like I am just carrying a bowling ball. It's looking so much bigger. Everyone said kind of recently, you weren't showing that much and now you have just got so big. And I definitely feel that, even just doing everyday tasks, you just notice that you're carrying a big amount of weight in your stomach. This week I also ran out of my favourite Palmer's stretch mark cream, but I did get some more from Home Bargains this was in actually, and this was a little bit cheaper than what I have bought it in Boots or Asda beforehand. I can't remember which one I got it from, but it is a slightly smaller tube. I am currently still stretch mark free. I don't know if I'll continue stretch mark free, obviously wishful thinking, but I'm not too bothered either way. But anything I can do to prevent stretch marks from forming and also just make my skin feel as nice as it can do, I'm definitely going to invest in. And this is the massage cream for stretch marks, but I just apply this. It's quite a thick product, so I'll often apply this when I first wake up of a morning, let it kind of sink into my skin before I get dressed, before work. So anything I can do, or any products like this. I've loved the Palmer's cocoa butter for stretch marks, and I've also loved bio oil. So anything I can do to prevent anything too dramatic in the final weeks is definitely something I want to try out. So that's something else that I've picked up, so I just thought I'd show you. This week I feel like nesting officially began. I filmed what feels like now ages ago my Mrs. Hinch haul video. That's basically from the week that I was in at the time, because I'm filming these pregnancy updates a little bit in advance, so when baby is here it kind of overlaps with Christmas, and I just think it'd be really nice to have a couple of weeks off where I don't have to worry about filming anything, because I don't feel like I'll be up for it. But when I filmed that video, that was a collection of all the new products and cleaning products that I picked up in Home Bargains, and B&M I think it was as well. And it kind of shows how into clean I've got. I mean, who hasn't been hinched? I feel like she's encouraged a lot of people to start cleaning. But for me, it kind of came off the back of just really wanting to deep clean everything. And on Saturday, I literally cleaned for hours, and I really enjoyed it. I'm not someone that enjoys cleaning at all, so it was really weird. I think Rich was like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? But for me, I just basically want to get the home as ready for the baby as possible. I want to do things sooner rather than later. Obviously, I'm going to continue to clean things without saying, but obviously if she were to ever decide to come early at all, I want to know that I've got most things thoroughly cleaned. And obviously we're going to work on her room probably about a month before she's born, so we can wash everything in non-bio. We can make sure everything is clean and the Moses basket is up and everything like that. So I have definitely enjoyed nesting. It's just this, like, you just become almost quite maternal, and it just makes you just want to do everything at once. So I actually enjoyed it, and that's really weird for me to say because before pregnancy I just did not like cleaning at all. So that's happened this week. I also picked up the first products for my hospital bag this week. I feel like I'm going to start thinking about it or getting the things ready for it very, very soon, over the next couple of weeks. And as soon as I have packed it, I will show you guys, hopefully in a video. But when I was in Home Bargains, I picked up some water wipes for my hospital bag. And I'm going to ask Rich to get my like small handheld like suitcase thing that's like really quite small that I take in like hand luggage when I like fly. I'm going to get that from the loft, and then I think we'll put baby's things in her changing bag. But I got some water wipes because people say that they're the only ones that like midwives approve of, basically, because the sensitivity of the baby's skin is obviously heightened when they're freshly born, when they're first born. So you need to be really careful. I know that they advise using cotton wool and water, but water wipes is like 99.9% water, so I've heard that they're fine to use, so I've got some of them, and I'll probably get some more of them as well that I can use kind of still in hospital, and then when she comes out, and then slowly use other wipes as well, because they are quite expensive, but definitely ones that are worth investing in because it's their skin at the end of the day. And something really exciting happened this week, and I never thought that I would say this, but Rich has basically 99% agreed to call her the name that I have always loved. If you watch my gender reveal update or gender reveal video, you'll know that Rich always thought we were having a boy. He was adamant that we were having a boy. And when I said that I had a name in mind if we did have a girl, he was like, whatever. He was quite blasé about it because he just did not think that there was a way in hell that we were having a girl. But she's proved that she can defy what he expects, and she is obviously a little girl. And all throughout my first 20 weeks or 22 weeks, I kind of said to Rich, this is the name that I love. If I've ever were to have a little girl, this is the name that I always imagined. And he basically was like, whatever, it's not going to be a girl. We found out we were having a girl, and he was like, absolutely, we're not having that name. So I was gutted. I mentioned a few weeks ago that we had like a potential name that we thought we were going to call her. But ever since, I think we almost like agreed on the name slightly. We've said it out loud in quite a lot of like contexts, and it just doesn't sound right anymore. And we've both literally turned around like on the same day and was like, it's just not right. Like this, it's just not right. And I think it's just, you know, when you like, it's not the one, basically. So from there we went back to square one. We didn't have a name at all, and we were just a bit unsure on what to do. For me, it was more association, because I feel like having a name for her is really important to help like bond with her. And Rich just basically turned around one day and, I think I mentioned this last week, that we were down my mum's, and he said, well, if she doesn't have a name by the time we leave the hospital, then she'll be named the name that Amy likes. And then the other day, we were just talking again, just generally about names. I kind of said to him, oh, have you thought of any others, or have you seen any others that you quite like? Because we have very different tastes in names, but I thought maybe one day he'll come out with something that I actually do really like. And he turned around and just said, I don't hate the name that you've suggested. I do quite like it. I'd hoped that we'd think of something else, but I don't want to take away that from you if you've always imagined calling your child that name. There's nothing that I like as much as you like that name, so I think from that conversation we've obviously continued to talk and yeah, I think we're 99% sure that she's going to be named the name that I've always loved. So hopefully it is the case. I would love nothing more, and I think that Rich is coming around to it, because where we've talked about the baby and I've referred to her as the name to like test the waters or see really how it sounds when you say it a bit more out loud, because I've obviously kept it in because Rich said that he didn't want to call the baby that. But when we began to say it, it feels right for me, and I think that's the biggest thing. If we were to have a boy, we knew the name and we knew the middle name, and it would have been done because we both found a name that we both really loved. Now we know what her middle name will be because Rich is choosing that. So if I get my name, I think that it will just go so well. And for me, I think I can't think of anything better. I love the name so much. And hopefully he agrees, and I can't wait to share it with you when we're at like 100%. But yeah, that's very exciting. I just want to know that like she's definitely going to be called it. But I know that my mum's already got her like a Christmas present that like refers to her name. So it'd be really mean if like Rich does decide to change it. And I also think that if we haven't 100% decided by the time I go into labour, I think Rich seeing me like that and I'll be like, I want to call her this, and he'll be like, whatever, like you get your way. So yeah, that's really nice, and I like the fact that he's obviously been thinking about it and agrees that it's actually a really nice name. This is the last note that I added on my list, and it probably comes from a really weird place, but no one tells you how weird it is to be able to feel your baby move. And I don't just mean like when you're laying down and you see her like moving around and you see your stomach move, but it's like when you're sat down doing your day-to-day things, whether for me that's working, filming videos, editing, whatever it may be, and feeling her move inside, but even not physically necessarily seeing it. Like you're beginning to see bulges because of the size of them now, but you can feel her like basically pushing against my bladder, and like you're aware of when she's like stretching out, and it's really weird. Like it feels really alien. It's just really bizarre. I don't think anything prepared me for how it felt this later down the line, because obviously when you first feel the move, it's very like fluttery and very soft, and you don't really realise it's happening until you clock on. But now there's no ignoring it, and you could literally be doing anything and you're suddenly like feel this wave inside of you, and it's so weird. Honestly, no one tells you how weird it is. No one talks about how weird it is. And for me, I just feel like it's not what I expected, but it's obviously nice because you want to know that they're moving around and they're healthy and they're happy, but it just feels really bizarre. I'm still waiting for her to turn around. I don't feel like she has moved since my last appointment. I have another midwife appointment, my 31 week, so I'll touch on that obviously in my 31 week update. But all of these movements, I'm hoping that one will be her like moving, but it just feels very like it's in the same places, so I'm not too sure if she has moved. But it's just so weird. You can feel everything, and the bigger they get, I guess the less movement that they've got because they're running out of space, but also it's going to be stronger. But yeah, that's been really weird, and what a weird way to end this video, but I'm keeping it real, guys. It's just a bit bizarre really, and it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like I'm this close to the end, and everything just feels different. It's so weird. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you are 30 weeks pregnant, then I hope your 30 weeks has been less eventful than mine. Not that there's too many bad symptoms though, and I am really lucky at the moment to be sailing my way through, not too unharmed by the process. So let me know how your 30-week update is going. Do you have any horrible symptoms, or have you noticed anything that I haven't mentioned in this video? Do let me know down below. And other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye guys.